Good morning, welcome. In the aftermath of the tragic shootings that we've seen in Santa Fe High School and Marjorie Stone, Douglas High School, there's often accompany these school shootings with a dramatic increase in threats with regards to hoax threats to schools and public places. We've seen that happening here in our area and across the country. There's been reports on schools going into lockdown or shutting down for the day because of threats of violence that are coming in. That's why we're here today, to announce a new campaign to remind everyone who's thinking about posting on social media these type of threats to think before you post. It's not a joke, we take these very seriously. In the last few months, the Pittsburgh office of the FBI and the Erie office of the FBI has assisted many of our local law enforcement departments with regards to dozens of these threat cases. Just in the Pittsburgh office division alone, which Erie is part of, the number of threats over the last 9-month period has tripled with regards to these online postings. Most of the time, these threats are social media. And because it's difficult to determine the true intention of these posts, every single one of these posts on social media has to be investigated. That puts a drain on resources, limited law enforcement resources. It also puts first responders in unnecessary danger. A lot of these threats get reported to the local and state agencies, and the FBI works very closely with our local departments to make sure we identify the individuals responsible for these threats and determine their credibility. There are a lot of factors we look at in determining the credibility of these threats. One of them is the reason for why people make these threats in the first place. Whether it's out of revenge or an internet argument that got out of hand, or a desire for control, or an attempt at notoriety. Regardless of the reason for the actual threat, we want everyone to know that these threats will not be tolerated. People in the Pittsburgh area and in the Erie area have been charged locally for making such threats, but we want people to know that these threats are also a federal crime. You could spend up to 5 years in prison just for making an internet threat. And you could receive a life sentence if someone responding to these threats happens to die. As a parent, it leaves an uneasy feeling knowing whether threats are real or fake. That's why I want the community to hear this message, that we will use all our available resources to apprehend people responsible for making these threats. We will do whatever we can to keep the community and our children safe. As members of law enforcement, the public's help is crucial in our efforts to stop these threats. So how can the public help? One key is early recognition and early intervention. It can prevent a situation from escalating. We're asking the public to report any potential threats or suspicious activity. You can call your local police department, you can call the FBI, you can reach out to the FBI on tips.fbi.gov. As always, if you believe there's an immediate danger, call 911. We want to leave you with just one last thought. We also do not want to see a young person start their adult lives with a felony conviction on their record over some impulsive social media post. I think it's an important message we need to get out, and the FBI's campaign revolves around the phrase, always think before you post, with regards to these threats. Parents, please discuss these type of issues with your children, and I thank you for your time.